Hi, this is Tim McGaffin II, and thank you for joining me on another episode of Champions Never Quit. If you're listening to this live transmission, remember resistance to tyranny is victory, and you are the resistance. And what I'm talking about is we are in a war of testimonies, and it's so important to share our testimonies of what we know to be true. Whenever you feel inspired to say something, share your voice because one small voice can go a long ways. And I apologize for being late in having this broadcast start. We had some technical difficulties, but we figured it out. And I first just want to quickly go over my book, Champions Never Quit, God is Close by Your Side. I want everybody to get this book. It is free, the digital copy of this book. And so if you go to championsneverquit.com, you'll see where you can click on the book cover right there, and that will take you to where you can get the book. The paperback version of the book, I made it as cheap as I possibly could for $8.09, and also the Kindle as cheap as I could for 99¢. And I also have it available at Barnes & Noble. So you'll see there's a link there on championsneverquit.com where you can click on the Barnes and Noble image, and that will allow you to get the book for free, the Nook format for free, digital format. And also below the Barnes and Noble image, you can click on the image below that, and that will allow you to get the book for free at Smashwords, and you can download that straight to your computer, or you can download it in other digital formats for other electronic digital devices. Also, you can just read the short version of my story on championsneverquit.com. And so on the right hand side, there's a link that says how to be a champion at anything you choose to do in your life, guaranteed by Timothy McGaffin II. So you can click on that. Or at the top of the page at Champions Never Quit, you can click on the tab that says articles, and the drop down will come down. You can click on my name, Timothy McGaffin II, and it will take you to my story here. And you can see as you go through this how many times I failed in my dream to become the greatest basketball player in the world, which was an answer to a prayer from Heavenly Father. And you can see that I failed over and over and over again. It seemed like everything was against me, everything was falling apart. It seemed like God wasn't there, but I knew He answered my prayer, so I didn't give up. And I did achieve my dream to become the greatest basketball player in the world. It just happened in a way that I didn't think in my human understanding. And I learned that the most difficult thing you can do in your life, and also the greatest thing you can do in your life, is to get back up when you get knocked down. So please get a copy of this book. It is free, the digital version, or read the short version of my story here on the website at championsneverquit.com. Also, what we're going to be talking about tonight is Kangen water and how to do this as a business and to get sales and to establish yourself to be self-sufficient, to live in liberty. And this is part of sharing your testimony. Excuse me just one second. Let me just get a drink here of some Kangen water. Okay, so now you should be able to see this slide. Now I know sometimes there is some lagging, and so maybe my voice always isn't matching up exactly with what is showing, but just wait a few seconds and then it will catch up. And okay, so you guys, Kangen water, this is one of the most amazing products I've ever come across, and what it does for your health is out of this world. It truly will change your health. Your body is 75% water, and so it's the most important thing you can do for your health. It's more important than your diet, and it's more important than your exercise. Number one is the water. And the powers that shouldn't be, they are poisoning the water. There are pharmaceutical chemicals in the water, and there is like Xanax, and there is fluoride in the water in some municipal areas. And so this is not an accident. And this is not just a water filter, Kangen water. It's a completely different thing. It actually changes the water. It does an electrical shock to the water, and it restructures the water. And so we're going to get into that. But before we do, I want to talk about how you can do this as a business, and you can just simply post on your Facebook account and get sales on Facebook. So I purchased my machine on a Tuesday during the third week of April, and I hadn't even gotten the machine yet, and I already had my first sale on that Friday. And I got it just by posting on Facebook. And if you go to my Facebook page and you go to photos, there's a photo album called Down with the Scams of the New World Order. And I'll go there here in a minute and show you some of the posts in that photo album, but I just want you to see the posts that I've been making. And you can see when I started back in April, the posts. And me and Cheri, my wife, we never tried the water before we got a machine. We just simply did some research and we watched a demonstration online. And from the demonstration and seeing the science, I knew this was going to work. And it absolutely blew me away. And I'm so happy that we did get it because it did help Cheri so much during her pregnancy. She was about 8 months pregnant. It helped her so she didn't have any migraines. It helped her so she was able to sleep really well. And if you've ever been pregnant at the end of your pregnancy, it's very hard to sleep a lot of the times. She didn't have any acid reflux like she did her previous pregnancy. She didn't have to sit up when she slept like she did in her previous pregnancies. And she uh, could breathe easier. Her pH at first during her pregnancy was on the alkaline side because I did a lot of juicing with fruits and vegetables, carrots and spinach and celery and things like that. But as her pregnancy progressed, it's harder to stay alkaline, and she dropped down to the acidic side. So I upped the juicing. We juiced more, but she still stayed on the acidic side. And after 1 week of drinking this water, she jumped up her pH when we tested it with the midwife back up to the alkaline side. So that made me so happy, and that's why she was doing so well as far as sleeping and no migraines because her body was where it should be. It was in a homeostasis. This water is absolutely amazing. And also, as we talk about what this water does for your body, remember that we're not making any health or medical claims. We're not saying that we're not treating or diagnosing any disease. All we're saying is drink the water, and we're just sharing our experience and our opinion and our free speech of what we believe the water did. And I know what the water does. I know what it's done, but we just need to be careful because we do live in a backwards world where good is evil and evil is good. And the money changers, the Babylon, they do control the world right now, and we need to stand up to them, and we need to outwit the devil. And so that's what we're doing here, and we're sharing the truth of Kangen water. Remember that the Greek word for sorcery is pharmakia, and pharmakia is the root word for pharmacy, and so our modern day pharmaceutical industry is modern day sorcery. If you can figure out what the pharmaceutical drugs do, then you're on to something. And so hopefully those of you that are listening to this, you're figuring these things out and discovering true health in your lives. So Facebook, what I do is I try to post something every single day, not just once a week or once a month. I post something every single day about Kangen water. And it works. Now, you don't have to have 5,000 Facebook friends. 99% of the time, the people that are going to buy a Kangen water machine through you are going to buy because they know you. I'm connected to some people on Facebook that I don't really know. I've never met them in person. We had some common interests as far as maybe we really each like Ron Paul, so we became Facebook friends because we each like Ron Paul. Things like that. But the people that are going to buy through you are people that know you. And so if you let them know through making simple posts on Facebook, you can reach a big segment of people that you know in a quick amount of time. So my first sale, like I said, it was on that Friday after I purchased the Kangen water machine on that Tuesday. And my second sale also came from Facebook. Just posting on Facebook, I got another sale. And my third sale came from posting on Facebook. One of my friends, I caught his attention with Facebook, and he drove down to my house, a 2.5 hour drive. I gave him some water. He liked the water, and so he decided to buy a machine. And so here's exactly what I do. So let's go ahead and go to my Facebook page, and let's take a look at this. So I'm just going to switch things up real quick here, and make sure if you guys are watching this live, and you can just confirm for me that everything is working right, go ahead and make a comment if you're seeing my Facebook page as I go to it. But here I am and my wife at the top, and I'm going to show you the post that I was making back then in April. So if you click on photos, and remember, there might be a lag, and I don't know if there is a lag until after this broadcast is over. Then I can find out if there was a lag or not. So my voice might not always match up 100% with what you're seeing on the screen, but just give it a few seconds and then it will match up. And then I go to albums. It's going to take us to a photo album called Down with the Scams of the New World Order. So I'm going to click on that, and these are the posts I was making when I first got the machine. And for those of you, when you sign up with me or with anybody who brought you to this video and you're watching this video, get back to the person who brought you to this video. Don't sign up with me. Sign up with the person who brought you to this video. But you have permission to go ahead and share these posts or download them for yourself and upload them and just tweak them a little bit so that they pertain to you. But see, April 19th, here's one I made. Increase your health and your wealth. And then in the description, it says no disease, including cancer, can exist in an alkaline environment. Dr. Otto Warburg, 1931, Nobel Prize winner for cancer discovery. Okay, then here's another one I made, a very similar one. No disease, including cancer, can exist in an alkaline environment. And then that was April 20th. Then April 20th, I did top scientists and researchers agree we are being hit by toxic weapons in the food and water supply that are making us fat, sick, and stupid. Alex Jones. And here's another one I did. Is your body acidic? Many diseases thrive in an acidic environment. And so these are posts that would catch the attention of my Facebook friends. And they would either message me and ask me what's going on, or they would make a comment, and I would comment back to them. But after I got their attention with my Facebook posts, I would send them this presentation. So now I'm going to go to my YouTube channel. If things are not matching up exactly with what you're seeing on the screen with my voice, just give it a second and it will match up. But if you go to my YouTube channel, you can just type in my name, Timothy McGaffin, McGaffin, and then do a search and my channel will come up. Click on videos. You'll see all my videos. Now when I scroll down, there's a video here. Right here. Kangen water movie that will change your life. So let me just go ahead and click on that. And so that comes up. So this is the presentation me and Cheri watched together. I watched it by myself and then I had Cheri watch it with me. And it opened our eyes significantly, and it did change our life. And so we decided from watching this presentation that we were going to get a Kangen water machine, a medical device that it is. And so this is what, since it worked for me, this is what I sent to the people that expressed interest in my posts on Facebook. And so I would send them this video and tell them, let me know when you're finished watching this presentation. And I did that. And so like I said, I purchased my machine on a Tuesday. I made my post on Facebook. I messaged this presentation. And I got my first sale on that Friday. And then I did it again the second week. Messaged this presentation again. They watched it. I got my second sale on my second week. And then my third week from the post I was making, I messaged them this video. I don't think he actually watched it, or he watched parts of it, but he did come to my house and get some water. He liked it, and then he bought a machine. And so it's really that simple. And so if you can post on Facebook, you can do well in this business. And let me just say, the number one thing holding people back is believing in themselves, or a fear of what other people are going to think. You know what? Who cares what people think? Who cares if someone's like, oh, he's doing a business now? You know, that's their problem. You're doing this business because you have love and care in your heart for other people. You want them to experience true health in their life and what this water is going to do for their life. And it doesn't matter what people think. And you know what? All those things usually are just imaginary things, you know. You can't let your own self-doubts get in the way, because I have received a very positive experience. I've had hardly anybody express any negativity to me, and I'm posting on Facebook all the time about Kangen water. And Kangen water is a great way to stand up for the truth and liberty all at the same time, because those that are open to Kangen water, that can see this presentation and unplug themselves from the matrix, it's fighting for liberty. It's all connected, you know. So I'm very proud to promote this product, and let's get into this product. And then any questions that you guys have, if you will just message me or make a comment below the video, or if you're watching the recorded broadcast of this video, get back to the person who sent you this video and ask them any questions. And if they don't know the answer, they can get with me. If I don't know the answer, I'll get with somebody and we'll find out the answer to any of your questions. But just ask me any questions and I'll answer all those questions after this broadcast. So I'm going to start with this presentation. I'm going to get into the health aspect of what the water does, and then I'll get into the business aspect about how to do this as a business successfully, I'd already given you the strategy of how to use just Facebook. It's free, it's effective, it works. All you got to do is not be afraid, and you can make a lot of money and help a lot of people in this business. So let me just make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, so you guys should be seeing a slideshow here in just a second. Okay, we're going to go through these slides, and again, my voice might not match up exactly with what you're seeing on screen. Sometimes there is a lag, and so if there's a lag, just wait a few seconds and it will catch up. But how it all began. In the 1950s, scientific research was conducted in several unique locations around the world. For thousands of years, these places have maintained legendary status as a natural source for miracle water. Some of these places include Lourdes, France, Germany, Mexico, India. You can see the locations there on this slide. So this water does occur in nature, but it is rare. And unless you live close to one of these places, it's not convenient to get your water from one of those places. And so a company decided to develop a technology that could reproduce this water in your home or in a hospital, because these are medical devices. They are used in hospitals, especially in Asia and Japan, and in many doctors' offices, like holistic doctors, those doctors that are unplugged from the matrix. It was discovered that the miracle healing water at all of these locations had one thing in common: an abundance of active hydrogen, which today is known as alkaline water. Now, this is not alkaline water that you find in a health food store. That's completely different. That water can sit on the shelf for months in those bottles because the water has not actually changed. It's just had a substance added to the water. When you look at those bottles, you look at the ingredients and it will talk about the minerals that they added to the water. So you're just drinking down a substance. You can put baking soda in your water to make it alkaline. The water hasn't actually really changed. You're just drinking a substance that's alkaline. Now, those alkaline waters can cause problems to your digestive system and your body, because those minerals can build up, and over the long term they can cause issues. Now, Kangen water is not the same as the alkaline water you find in a health food store. It's alkalized water. And alkalized water means it's been changed and restructured through electricity. And this water you cannot find in a health food store because it can't be sitting in bottles for days on end. You have to drink it fresh. Once the electrical charge goes through the water, it changes how the water is structured, and those properties don't last more than a few days. On day 2, the water is half as strong as it was on day 1, and by day 3, it's 25% as strong as it was on day 1. Now, the company that developed this technology is called Enagic. They're a 42-year-old company. They're based out of Japan. They just started in the U.S. in 2003, but they're the ones that were able to manufacture these units for home use and doctors and hospitals to reproduce those waters from those healing locations. They're an original equipment manufacturer. Lots of times this goes over people's heads, but this is so important. This means they actually make their own machines. There's a lot of imitation machines out there, a lot of knockoffs who say, oh, we're just the same as the Enagic or the Kangen water machines, but we're cheaper. The reason why those Enagic ones cost more is because there's a business opportunity attached to it. And those people who are selling them, they're just bad people for trying to make money. Guess what? These machines cost more because they're way better quality. Yes, traditionally when you get involved in other home-based businesses, the products are marked up way higher than what the real value of the product is worth because they have to do the business. But this is totally different. These products are only marked up normal markups that all products usually have, the normal standard markups. The imitation or knockoff machines have higher markups than the Kangen water machines, higher markups. So if their machine costs half the price of a Enagic and their markups even more than an Enagic, you're getting not very much of a machine there. It's just an imitation or a knockoff machine. And they're called knockoffs for a reason, okay? And the people that make the knockoff machines, you think they're just doing it for free? No, they're making money. They're doing it as a business. All they're doing is trying to get the people who found out about this water to deceive them and get the cheaper machine and saying, oh, it's the same. And then they find out it's not the same. They end up getting a Kangen water machine later on down the road anyways. So now let's go to the next slide. These are certifications and documented recognition that Enagic has. The most important one that we're going to get to is the WQA Gold Seal certification. Enagic is a member of the WQA. A lot of the imitation companies are a member of the WQA, and so they'll say, yes, we're just like Enagic. We're WQA certified just like them. Wrong. here's what they don't have, and this is what I want you to focus in on. We have the WQA Gold Seal certification, and Nagic is the only ionizer manufacturer in the world with this coveted certification. Well, what does this mean? The Water Quality Association puts these machines through rigorous testing. They will soak these machines in a liquid solution for hours to make sure nothing leaches. They will run the machine for hours and hours and hours straight to make sure that the water that comes out on the first gallon is the same quality as the water that comes out after 27 hours of continuous use. Nagic is the only one who has passed these tests with flying colors. All the other machines have never passed all these tests because there's some problem with it. They have mold in the tubes. They have problems with things leaching. They break down really quickly. The water's not as good after some use. There's a lot of problems. And Nagic is the only one that's passed all these tests. Okay, so don't let this fly over your head. I want you to understand how huge this is. Okay, now let's look at the product lineup. So here's a slide showing all the different water machines. If you can see it, if my words are matching with the slide, if not, it will catch up. But up at the top in the middle of the slide, you'll see a stainless steel one, a machine, and to the right of that is a white and black one. Those are both the exact same machine. They're just a different look. That's called the SD501, and that's the machine me and my wife have. That's the machine I always recommend people get, or the K8, which is the one on the left of the stainless steel one, which is in white. The K8 produces a slightly stronger water than the SD501, and it costs more money, a little bit more, but it does produce a stronger water. So I always recommend people either get the SD501 or the K8. You cannot go wrong with either one. Down on the lower right hand corner is the Super SD501. That's really good if you have a restaurant and because this produces the water at higher volumes faster, and especially the cleaning waters, the sanitation waters to clean your restaurant with, whereas the SD501 does that as well, to clean your house without chemicals. And then to the left of the SD501 is the Nest Spa, that silvery looking thing with the long shower head attached to it. That is a shower bath unit. It actually takes the chlorine out of your water. It adds in negative ions into the water and minerals that are really good for your skin and your hair. And so it's like taking a bath or a shower in a hot spring, but without the sulfur smell. And so I just wanted to give you guys an overview of the different products. Okay, Nagic flagship product, that is the SD501 or the K8. The K8's not on this slide, but that one is also the flagship product. The K8 is the newer machine that came out in 2014. The SD501 is the only, and the K8, they're the only machines endorsed by the Japanese Association of Preventive Medicine for Adult Disease. This is an association of Japanese doctors of 6,500 doctors, and they endorse only the Nagic machine and none other. Okay, the SD501 or the K8, either one, it makes 5 types of water, or 5 categories of water. There's 3 different levels of the drinking water. There's the 8.5, the 9.0, and the 9.5. And so when you start drinking Kangen water, you should not really start off on the 9.5. I did, but my wife did not, because you need your body to get used to the water. Because if you start on a water too high of a level and you're not used to it, your body can go through some detox pains, and you can detox too quickly and you'll have muscle aches and muscle pain. So you want to take it slow at first and build your way up. Clean water is just filtered water. Nothing has changed about the water, but that's good to take with your medications or to make baby formula. Beauty water is for your skin. It's really good for your skin. You go to the mall, they have toners there for $30 a bottle, sometimes more. And beauty water is unlimited toner on tap. It's a 6.0 pH because your skin is around a 6.0 pH. And so it softens, tightens, and tones your skin naturally. Strong Kangen water is 11.5 pH alkaline water. That's for cleaning the pesticides off your fruits and vegetables. That's for cleaning the pesticides off your fruits and vegetables. And you can use it as laundry detergent. You can use it to do facials. You can do it to clean your floors. It's a very good cleaning water, and it's just water. There's no chemicals. The strong acidic water is for sanitation. You can use that to kill 99.9% of bacteria. A lot of hospitals now use the strong acidic water because it kills MRSA. And not even bleach kills MRSA, and it doesn't have the negative side effects of the chemicals like bleach. The strong acidic water you also use when you do facials. My wife did a video on our YouTube channel, and she's a master esthetician, and so she shows you how you can do unlimited facials with these waters. And facials cost $60. Now you can have unlimited facials whenever you want by using these waters in the correct order. It's approved as a medical device by the Japanese Ministry of Health and Welfare. That's like the equivalent of the FDA, but I don't care about the FDA here in the U.S. They're very corrupt and fraudulent, but for those people that do, there you go. There's 7 platinum dipped solid titanium plates. It's medical grade titanium, and so it's the highest quality titanium that you can get in platinum. Okay, and they last 25 years or more if you take care of them. If you don't throw them off a bridge and you do the scheduled cleaning on it, where you just make sure there's no mineral buildup on the plates. It's very easy to do the cleaning. They have an automatic cleaning system, but then you also do a very simple manual cleaning from time to time. Okay, there's 3 properties of Kangen water. Number 1, antioxidation. Number 2, microclustering. Number 3, alkalinization. Okay, let's get into it. Number 1, antioxidation. You got a picture of an apple there. So you can see when you cut an apple, it turns brown. Same thing with an avocado, a banana. That's why we cover our foods up so they don't hit the air, because if they do, they go brown, they get stale. That's oxidation. So Kangen water is antioxidation, anti-inflammatory, and anti-aging. Okay, so here's a chart coming up showing the oxidation reduction potential, meaning drinks that are positive ORP, mean that they age you faster, and drinks or foods or anything that's a negative ORP are anti-aging. So the worst thing you can possibly put in your body, it's even worse than alcohol as far as aging wise, is soda pop. Okay, soda pop is extremely bad for you. So if you're drinking soda pop, do your best to stop drinking it. And if you drink Kangen water, you'll lose the urge to drink soda pop. Gatorade, sports drinks, tap water, basically all waters, bottled, purified, reverse osmosis, distilled water, are aging substances. And then you have the negative ORP, vitamin C, green tea, cod liver oil. Look at Kangen water. It's the most powerful antioxidant on the planet. Negative 400 or above, negative 500, negative 600, negative 700. It just depends on the source water that goes to the machine, but it's going to be negative 400 or above. It's the most powerful antioxidant in the world. And on this slide, you'll see next to the negative ORP, it says MV. That stands for millivoltage. And so the more negative millivoltage, your cells in your body need negative millivolts. The negative ions in your for your body are extremely healthy, and we're going to get into that here in just a second, how important that is. Okay, this is a slide of Dr. Horst Filzer. Specializes in vascular surgery, 48 years experience as an MD and educated at Harvard University. He says a person cannot eat enough fruits and vegetables in a day to come anywhere near the antioxidant power of 1 glass of Kangen water. And so I've seen all sorts of statistics. I've seen you can drink 1 glass of Kangen water and it's got more antioxidants in it than 5 pounds of blueberries. Okay, that's just 1 glass. So imagine when you're drinking 8 glasses a day. It's the most powerful antioxidant on the planet. Okay, this is a picture of a scientist who is putting a wire into a bottle of Kangen water, and it's connected to a light bulb, and see how it's making that light bulb light up. That's showing the electrical charge that's in the water. And this is so important for your body because your body runs on electricity, and it needs electricity to relay messages throughout your body and to function. And so this is one of the reasons I believe that it's helped our daughter Emily, who has special needs, because she has a neurological disorder, and she's changed a lot since she's been drinking this water. She's talking more, she's more social, talking in more complex senses. So here's a book called Healing is Voltage. Oh, by the way, that image you just saw showing the light bulb, there's a video in the description of this live video. I put a video showing that video, and they'll show you that there's no electrical charge, just a teensy, almost nothing in other waters. But look at Kangen water and look at the difference. Okay, here's a book by Dr. Jerry Tennant. You can get it on Amazon. He's a very well-respected doctor called Healing is Voltage. And he says every cell in the body is designed to run at negative 20 to negative 25 millivolts. To heal, we must make new cells. To make a new cell requires negative 50 millivolts. Chronic disease occurs when voltage drops below negative 20 and or you cannot achieve negative 50 millivolts to make new cells. Thus, chronic disease is always defined by having low voltage. And so when you're drinking Kangen water, it's going to bring the millivoltage of your cells up. And there's also a video talking about this in the description of this live video. If you go to the description, there's a video there that I put that will talk about that. And this water can get your cells up to negative 120 millivolts. And when that happens, your cells will heal themselves. And so you guys figure it out and how important that is. Microclustering. The second property of Kangen water. Regular water, tap and bottled and filtered and spring water, is dead water. It's not alive. The molecules in that water, if you think, they cluster together. Okay? So if you think of a bunch of grapes, and you think of each grape as a molecule, all the grapes cluster together as one big bunch. And your cells in your body cannot be penetrated by a big cluster of molecules. Just like I can't eat a whole bunch of grapes into my mouth. I have to eat it one by one. And so those waters and those drinks cannot get into your cells. So it can't hydrate you on a cellular level. But this water, Kangen water, the electrical charge, when it goes to the water, it changes the water. And so it's called microcluster, is one of the terms that we use to explain it to people, where it makes it into smaller clusters of molecules. So it's like eating 2 grapes at a time rather than a whole bunch of grapes. So it's able to get into your cells. Since it's able to get into your cells, it's able to wash out the acidic waste out of your cells, and it's able to detoxify your body. That's why if you start on the too high of a water without building your way up, it's going to detoxify you too fast. You're going to feel those detox pains. And so there's a slide showing visually, so you can visualize it in your mind what we're talking about here and how the Kangen water is different than the regular water. Okay, your body is 75% water. So that's the most important thing you can do for your body is the water. Your brain is 80% water, and that's the first thing your body hydrates is your brain. That's another reason why doctors like Dr. Corinne Allen on YouTube, if you go look her up, she talks about how this helps you if you had a stroke or other neurological disorders. So you guys figure out what that means. Okay, alkalinity. Again, there's a difference between alkaline and alkalized, and this water is alkalized water. So it's not the same thing as the health food store water or the same thing as putting baking soda into your water. But the alkaline side is where you want to be as far as health-wise. You don't want to be acidic. And this water, because it has the acidity taken out of the water, it splits the water when it goes to the machine. It's alkaline. It's alkalized. And so it puts your body into a homeostasis. It balances the pH of your body out, gets rid of the acidic waste out of your body. Okay, here's a slide of world-renowned Dr. Hiromi Shinya. And again, there might be a lag, and so my voice might not be matching up exactly with what you're seeing, but just give it a second, it will catch up. He invented the Shinya method for colonoscopy. He's a very famous doctor. He wrote the book, The Enzyme Factor. You can find it on Amazon.com. It sold over 2 million copies and counting. But he said in his book, and there's a video I put in the description of this live video with the video of what we're talking about here, showing his work, and he's talking about Kangen water in the video. But in his book, The Enzyme Factor, he said he was able to report clinical results of the 0% cancer recurrence rate. I will say that again. None of my patients have had to face cancer again. Kangen water is alkaline-rich water, 8.5 to 9.5. It is considered the very best drinking water because of its incomparable powers of hydration, detoxification, and antioxidation. So there's some before and afters of some colons, and here's a closer up. The before is a 45-year-old female, breast cancer and chronic constipation. The after is her after drinking Kangen water 3 months later. And here's a closer up, before and then after Kangen water 3 months later. Here's before and after. The after is 2 days of drinking Kangen water. That's how the colon looked after 2 days. This is a 52-year-old man with prostate cancer, and the after is 3 months after treatment. Pretty amazing. Okay, science fact, not fiction. Removing acidic waste is more effective than diet and exercise. That's in the book called Reverse Aging. The next book, Your Body's Many Cries for Water. You're not sick, you're thirsty. Don't treat thirst with medications. The third book, alkalize or die. All disease comes from the same root cause. Too much acidity. The fourth book, The pH Miracle. Without enough water, your body goes acidic, goes into fat storing. Okay, how do you know if you are acidic? Here's a slide showing the beginning symptoms of acidity: acne, muscular and joint pain, low energy, food allergies, constipation, hyperactivity, panic attacks, bloating, heartburn, diarrhea. Okay, in the middle, you got cold sores, depression, loss of memory, migraine headaches, insomnia. Advanced symptoms: Crohn's disease, Hodgkin's, lupus, osteoporosis, rheumatoid arthritis, multiple sclerosis, heart and circulatory disease, chronic digestive problems, scleroderma, leukemia, all forms of cancer, diabetes, kidney disease. And in the description of this live video is a link to a testimonial of someone I gave water to, and she has the conditions that are here on this slide, but after drinking the water for 3 weeks, her pain went away 90% after only 3 weeks. So you guys, again, you figure it out, okay? I'm not saying that this cures or heals anything. I'm just saying drink Kangen water. And Kangen water does remove the acidic waste out of your body, so you figure it out. Okay, now, here is an image of my SD501 in our kitchen. You can see the strawberries, and on the left is the pesticides that came off the strawberries. So we wash this with the 11.5 water. The reason why this works is because the water breaks down oil. The pesticides on your produce are oil-based. Even organic has pesticides on it. And I've done this with organic produce, and there's still pesticides on it. And wait till you taste the produce, these strawberries, after you take off the pesticides. They taste completely different. And if you think you can wash your produce in vinegar to take the pesticides off, go ahead. It's not going to even come close to how well this water works to take the pesticides off. Okay, here's another image showing the pesticides coming off that I took. You can see on the right are tomatoes, and see how yellow it is? That's the pesticides that came off these tomatoes. So when you go buy these tomatoes in the store, you'll see they're kind of oily. They got something on them. You can kind of see what they are. That's the oil-based pesticides, and this water is able to break down the oil and take off the pesticides. And then on the left again is the pesticides that came off the strawberries and grapes. Okay, the next slide. This one, if it's matching with my words, you'll see that this is bottled water. It says purified drinking water. I tested it out, and you can see in that little vial, it's yellow, kind of orangish. It's acidic. The water is acidic. Okay, the next slide is spring water from Spring City, Utah. I tested this one out, and it's showing that it's on the alkaline side, but I think it's because the minerals that are in the water are alkaline, so you're drinking alkaline substances. It's not that the water has actually changed like the Kangen water has. And how I prove this is, here's a bag of chamomile tea that I put into the water at room temperature, and it's not making tea. In order to make tea, you got to heat the water up and make it hot. At room temperature, it's not going to make tea. On the next slide, though, is a slide of Kangen water. You can see how it's a royal purple. It's very alkaline, but it's alkalized, meaning that's actually changed. The water's different. It's not because there's a substance in the water that you're drinking down. It's because the water has electrically changed its form. And I can explain on the science about this, but I know this usually just goes over people's heads, and so that's why I put resources in the bottom of in the description of this live video, so you can get the extra science of this. But actually, the water is H2O, and so when this electrical charge goes through the water, it actually breaks the H off the H2O, and so you have OH negative, which is a negative ion, and then you have H, and the H's combine with the other H's in the water to form H2, which is dissolved hydrogen. And so you have OH negative and H2 in your water, and that dissolved hydrogen is the smallest molecule in the universe. It's able to get into your cells. Anyways, I'm just talking about this so you know that the water has changed. And anyways, and you can see here in this cup of this chamomile tea, this is Kangen water at room temperature. You can see, the picture doesn't do it justice, but definitely you can see it's starting to make tea, and this is after a few seconds. That's already making tea. And I didn't stir the bag. I didn't do anything. I just put the tea bag in the water. It's already starting to make tea. Chamomile. And so that's because the water is microclustered. It's smaller now, the clusters. It's able to penetrate, get into the tea bag, start making tea. It's able to, so that's what I was talking about. This is a little, not some great scientific test. It's just something very simple, but just to show you that this does work, and we're just not making this up. Okay, the enagic business. A sleeping giant is about to awaken. So, one method I use to get sales, like I talked about at the beginning of this video, is I post on Facebook consistently. And my people see the posts, and then I send them the video that we talked about, this presentation here. Let me get it real quick. At my YouTube channel, if you go to my YouTube channel, you put in Timothy McGaffin into YouTube, you'll find my channel. There's this video. This is the one I send them. And when they watch this, almost everybody that watches this wants the machine. And I think you guys can see it. I'm pretty sure you can see it there. And so now let's go back to where I was. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that, and so excuse me if that was distracting. Okay, but now you should see this slide again. So I just post on Facebook, I catch people's attention, they message me, I send them that presentation, I get sales. You can do it. It's not that hard. And here's what happens when you do it. Again, it's an explosive business with massive earning potential, solid foundation built in Japanese market, proven product, brand new market because it's been in the U.S. since 2003. It was in Japan and Asia for the other 42 years that this company's been in business. And it's a true direct sales program. It's not traditional MLM. I don't have any problem with MLM, but I know some people do. And it's not a problem, you guys. Entrepreneurship, making money is not a bad thing if you're doing it with honesty and integrity. So don't listen to the demonization that you hear on the news, trying to always make people who are making money honestly make it feel like they're doing something wrong. No, these are the people that help all of us. And if everybody gets an entrepreneurship mindset, everybody will be prosperous. Everybody will be wealthy. Okay. So this is a slide showing that the compensation plan at Kangen Water is different than anything else. It's an 8-point system. So they divide up the commission into 8 pieces of pie that I'll explain in just a second. But there's no sign-up fee. There's no monthly qualifications, no stocking, loading inventory, no annual renewal, no cumulative sales. You can sponsor. I mean, there are cumulative sales. You gain more and more as the sales go on. But anyways, international sponsoring, so it's a worldwide business. Okay, you can do it worldwide. Okay, so the Levelick SD501, it costs $3,980. It's a medical device. And so some people, when they find out the price, they almost have a heart attack. Well, let me tell you, if you have some chronic problem and you drink this water and it goes away, not promising that's going to happen, and just saying drink Kangen water, you guys figure out how much the mainstream medicine that doesn't work costs and how much doing things another way. You figure it out, okay? I don't need to spell it out for you. So you get 1 point of commission. 1 point of commission is $285, okay? And so that's probably not making sense to people watching this right now, but it's gonna make sense as we go on, okay? So to start the business, you just buy a Kangen water machine, and that's it. There's no other fees, okay? And so you buy a machine, and you're in business. When you sell your first machine, you become a 1A agent, which means you get 1 piece of the pie. And so the pie is divided up into 8 pieces, and you get 1 when you make a sale. So your first direct sale, you make $285. So again, I got my machine on a Tuesday. I bought it on a Tuesday. I had my first sale on Friday just by posting on Facebook. I got $285. Some people hearing this is like, well, Tim, you're really good at talking. You're a sales guy. What are you talking about? No, I am not. The only thing that I do is never give up. I just be consistent. I just go. Before I did this live broadcast, you guys, I was really nervous. My heart was thumping. I'm just a regular person, but I just don't give up. I don't have any magic sales power, okay? And I just send people the video on YouTube and have them watch that. I let the video do the selling. I don't do anything. I just send them the video. I just take action. So then when your person gets a sale, you get $285 every time that they get a sale, and so forth. Then on your next direct sale, you get $285 on your second direct sale. Excuse me. Okay, and then every time that person makes a sale, you get $285. And so it might not seem like that much. Wow, only $285. But think about it. You sign somebody up and they get 10 sales during that year. That's more than $285. Okay, and your third direct sale, Now you're a 2A agent. Now you're getting 2 pieces of the pie. So now you're making $570. And so by your third direct sale, you're making $570. So how do you get 3 sales? Well, posting on Facebook for 3 weeks straight is one way to start. Or giving water to 3 people, your friends, your parents, your grandparents, your cousin, your aunt that has those problems. They need true health. You give them water. That's a good way to start. And so again, anybody that makes a sale below that lane, you get $570. Okay, now after you have 10 group sales, after you have 10 group sales, you don't have to get 10 sales personally, but after you have 10 sales in your group, on your next direct sale, you become a 3A agent. Now you're getting 3 pieces of the pie. You're getting $855 on every sale. And then anybody who gets a sale on your team, you're getting $855 until the 8 pieces of the pie is taken up. Okay, after you get 20 group sales, you don't have to get 20 sales in your team, but 20 sales personally, but just 20 sales in your team. So you can sign up one person, they get 10 sales. You sign up another person, they don't do anything. You sign up another person, they get 2 sales. It adds up, you get 20 group sales. On your next direct sale, you're a 4A agent, so you're getting 4 pieces of the pie. You're making $1,140 per sale, and that every time you sign up somebody and they make a sale, you're getting $1,140 from their efforts. Okay, and then once you get 50 group sales, not that you have to make 50 sales personally, but 50 sales in your team, on your next direct sale, you're a 5A agent. Now you're getting $1,425. You're getting 5 pieces of the pie, the 8-piece pie. And then on your next direct sale, or after you have 50 group sales, not that you have to get 50, or once you have, once you have 100 group sales, not that you have to get 100 sales personally, but just 100 within your team, on your next direct sale, you're a 6A agent. Now you're getting 6 pieces of the pie, $1,710. It's not that hard. You just stay consistent. And you have to believe in yourself and believe in entrepreneurship, believe in liberty, believe in the principles of liberty, okay? And then anytime somebody makes a sale, you get $1,710 from their efforts, okay? Now, this is just the basic compensation plan. There's a lot more to it than this. This is just so you don't get confused. I'm actually able to make 6 points of commission after only 20-something sales. The way I'm doing it, different strategy. And I'm actually able to make up to 8 points commission after 40 sales on my team. So that's a lot different than this. It's a strategy that I use. I can tell you about it when you join through me or through the person that sent you this video. Okay, so if you don't know me personally, someone else has been talking to you about Kangen water, they sent you this video and you're watching it, sign up through them, okay? Once you hit 6A, then you get $200 from anybody after, because there's 8 pieces to the pie, okay? Once the 8 pieces of the pie are gone, you don't get anything else. Unless you're a 6A agent, then you just keep getting paid, okay? And there's lots more ways to earn income. You want to get to a certain point where you're getting a share in the company, and 1 share in the company as far as profit share. Last year, somebody told me it was $460,000, just 1 share, a profit share, okay? So this is different than traditional MLM because you want to bring the person who's on your team up to your level. Once they're up to your level, you don't personally make money off of them anymore, but because you bring them up to your level, then you start earning more bonuses and profit share in the company. And so you earn more when you're able to help your team do well. And so that's why I work so much and so hard. I have so much fun helping the people that sign up on my team be successful. And so you're not doing this alone. You have a team working behind you. Okay, and so all lights are green, creating an amazing opportunity. This is a product-driven business, meaning the business was developed after the product. Most of you guys out there who are watching this, who are into internet marketing and things like that, you're promoting products that your grandparents don't want to hear about, your parents don't want to hear about. They don't want to hear about the business, because that's an opportunity-driven business where a business was created and then the product was developed around the business, where this is a product-driven business where the business was developed after the product. And what I'm trying to get at is this product-driven business is what lasts. It will go and go and go and go. This will be the only thing that's here for your kids, your grandkids, and their grandkids. Okay, the opportunity-driven businesses are here and they're gone. They're here for a month or 6 months and then they're gone, and then you're on to another thing, and then another thing, and then another thing. If you just want to stop doing all that and do something that's real, that's really changing people's lives, this is what you want to do, a product-driven business. Quit going for the shiny object out there and do something that's real. Okay, and here's the last slide here. Summarizing things up. The project is awesome. The product is spectacular. The potential is massive. The timing is now. Everything is lined up so that this is an awesome business to be in. And let me tell you, when the people I give water to, or the people that get the machines from me, and they call me and tell me how they have achieved true health in their life and how they don't have the bad health anymore. You guys figure out what I'm saying, Someone calls you up and they got tears in their eyes and they thank you so much that the pain is gone. That's the best feeling in the world. It's the best feeling. And you just feel so great. And so this is not that hard to do. Again, I want you to direct to my YouTube channel. I have so many stories here that I want you to go to. And so if you go to my YouTube channel, look at all these stories and testimonials. Look at this video that my wife did, Kangen water, unlimited facials, natural skincare, removing acne, other skin conditions like eczema, ECZEMA, okay, psoriasis, Kangen water after birth update that we did, how the water helped Cheri after she gave birth. Here's Paul Schultz. If you guys know Paul Schultz, get a machine from Paul and check out his amazing testimonial here. And then here's a testimonial with Ed. Here's me having fun spreading the message of liberty on inline skates, promoting Ron Paul, the Constitution. And here's Sean Rackham. His body craves Kangen water. Here's Wadia and Seja Dafish and their story of true health. Wadia had a major illness. This video here called Kangen Water Story, True Freedom Through True Health. And after 3.5 weeks, that illness was gone. Doctors couldn't do anything, but this water, after he drank it, it went away. So you guys figure it out. Here's Jason Rowland, and he talks about his experience with Kangen water. Is this for real? And how he felt the water on the first time he drank it. I did too. Dr. Dave Carpenter on Kangen water and Enagic. This is a very good one to watch. A holistic doctor explaining more of the science behind the water. This is the Kangen water song, McGaffin family. Here it was a very hot day in St. George, 107 degrees, and how much different and better we felt with the Kangen water because it hydrates you so much better. Pets love Kangen water. Here's one we did on that. Here's my friend Dan Lanier, what it did for his health. It was absolutely amazing. Check that out. Here's Linan. It's great water. Check that one out. Here's my analogy on grapes. Here's me going on a rant against the FDA. This one I really want you guys to watch. Here's the Hiromi Shinya video. Again, there's resources in the description of this live video. If you go to, you can check out those resources. Here's 13 days of Kangen water testimonial update of what it's been doing for us. Here's our video how it helps Cheri through pregnancy. Here's a bunch of testimonials here. Here's a bunch of testimonials here. Here's another demo here. This is a really good one by Wadia. Here's the presentation I showed you earlier. This is the one Kangen water movie. This is what I send to people that show interest, and almost everybody who watches this all the way through, they buy the Kangen water machine. It's not hard. Here's one. Lavoy Finicum is an American hero. His refusal to bow down and worship the golden idol. And I have his book. We read it as a family last night. Another chapter. It's called Only by Blood and Suffering, Regaining Lost Freedom. I recommend that book highly. And that's somebody who stood up for liberty, stood up for the Constitution, and our government murdered him. And so that shows you how wicked and corrupt things are. And one way to fight back against all their satanic things that they're doing against us is to stand up for liberty. And one way you can stand up for liberty is sharing Kangen water, sharing entrepreneurialism, sharing being self-sufficient, sharing being prepared, developing the skills to not be dependent, not be a slave, not be in hopelessness. And you can't do this business or anything in life without faith in God. You got to get down on your knees and pray and ask God. And God's going to help you in your life. And lots of times it seems like God's not there. It seems like He's not answering your prayers, but that's the whole point to my story that I gave when we first started this video, Champions Never Quit. Go to my website, championsneverquit.com, find my story here. There's a link down here on the right-hand side, how to be a champion at anything you do in your life, guaranteed. Here's the story. You can read it, how I failed over and over and over again until I finally triumphed with God helping me. The greatest thing you can do in your life is to get back up after you get knocked down. You can't do it without God helping you. The greatest type of person you can become in your life is a champion. Only champions can get back up. Or you go to articles right here, and the drop-down menu comes down. Click on Timothy McGaffin II. That will take you to my story. As well, you can get my book for free, the digital version of it, at Barnes & Noble or at Smashwords here on the right-hand side of the website. You can get it. If my words are not matching up with what you're seeing, there's a lag, and just give it a second and it will catch up. And then you can go to Amazon.com and get my book, the paperback, if you want, which I can't make free, but I made it as cheap as possible. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Put your comments in the type in your comments below this video or send me a message. Get back to the person who sent you this video and get your questions answered. And remember, champions never quit, never give up. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, if you're listening to this live transmission, you are the resistance. Resistance to tyranny is victory, and don't give up. Thanks for watching, and God bless.